Imagine picking up a sandwich that costs less than $3. The bread is so soft it almost dissolves when you press it. The filling is thick, creamy, and faintly sweet. Egg salad piled so generously that it spills slightly past the crust. You are standing inside a Japanese convenience store at 7 in the morning, and you are holding what many international travelers are quietly calling the best thing they ate on their entire trip. That sandwich is the tamago sando, and it has become one of the most talked about food experiences in Japan travel content right now. So what is actually going on here? Why is a convenience store egg sandwich generating this kind of reaction from people who have eaten at restaurants all over the world? Let's break it down into 3 specific reasons, because the answer is more interesting than it first appears. The first reason is egg quality and freshness standards. Japan has unusually strict standards for the eggs used in food production. Konbini chains source eggs from suppliers who maintain tight controls over freshness windows, and the egg salad filling in a tamago sando is typically made with eggs that have a very short shelf life by design. The yolks tend to be richer and more deeply colored than what many international visitors are used to at home. When you combine that with Japanese mayonnaise, which uses only egg yolks rather than whole eggs, giving it a richer, slightly tangier flavor, the result is a filling that tastes noticeably different from a standard egg sandwich in most other countries. Travelers from Europe, Southeast Asia, Australia, and elsewhere consistently describe the flavor as cleaner and more intense than expected. That gap between expectation and reality is a big part of why people talk about it. The second reason is the Konbini production system itself. Japanese convenience stores operate on a freshness rotation that most people outside Japan find genuinely surprising. Sandwiches are delivered to stores in multiple rounds throughout the day. An item sitting on the shelf in the afternoon was likely produced that same morning. Some locations receive deliveries as frequently as 3 times per day. This means the tamago sando you buy is almost never more than a few hours old. The bread stays soft. The filling stays cold and set. Nothing has dried out or compressed under plastic wrap for 12 hours. This level of supply chain precision is expensive and logistically complex to maintain, and it is one reason why convenience store food in Japan tends to taste significantly better than convenience store food in most other markets. The freshness is not an accident. It is engineered. The third reason is the price-to-craft ratio, and this is the part that genuinely confuses people. A tamago sando at a major konbini chain typically costs somewhere between 220 and 300 yen. At current exchange rates, that is roughly $1.50 to $2, or a similar amount in euros, Australian dollars, or Singapore dollars. For that price, you are getting a product that uses quality-controlled eggs, Japanese mayonnaise, and bread that is produced to a specific softness standard. Travel creators who cover food from multiple countries have pointed out that a comparable level of care at a cafe or deli in most major cities would cost 3 to 5 times as much. The price point is not a sign of low quality. It is a sign of a system that has been optimized at scale over decades. And that optimization is invisible to the customer. You just pick it up, pay at the register, and walk out. These 3 factors together, egg quality, freshness engineering, and compressed price-to-craft ratio, explain why this particular item keeps showing up in travel recommendations across so many different countries and languages. It is not hype. It is a product that consistently delivers a sensory experience that surprises people who are not expecting much from a convenience store shelf. If you are planning a trip to Japan and you want a low-effort, high-reward food experience, the tamago sando is genuinely worth seeking out on your first morning. Try the version from at least 2 different chains. Lawson, Family Mart, and 7-Eleven each have their own recipe, and the differences are subtle but real. Now here is what I want to know from you. Is there a food from your country or somewhere you have traveled that you would genuinely go back for? Something that surprised you the same way this sandwich surprises people? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and the answers always end up inspiring future videos on this channel.